This is amazing. So, baseball 2 years ago elected to make significant rule changes vis a vis the pace of the game.
Mhm.
And I think the pitch clock, the ban on the shift, the adoption of the designated hitter in the National League, it's really speeded up the game. It's made it a better game, even though the union's protesting some of the things that have occurred. I'm not sure that I buy into the limitations on pickoff moves and all that. But now baseball is proposed, and I'll be the first to stand up, and then Tony Clark will come in the door here, and he'll stand with me. Baseball has proposed a rule that your starter has to go 6 innings. Has to go 6 innings.
That's dumb.
The only asterisk would be if he throws more than 100 pitches in the first 5 innings, he doesn't have to come out to the sixth. You could pull him then. If his team is trailing by 4 runs or more, you could pull him then. I don't understand this. That, to me, that's tampering way too much with the rule. To me, you're putting pitchers at risk. I mean, these guys are max effort guys, and you got guys like Musgrove coming off long stints on the DL, and you're going to have them mandated that they have to throw 6 innings unless they're getting their doors blown off. That to me is that's a bridge too far. That's a step too far for Major League Baseball. So that's topic one on baseball. Buy or disagree?
Oh, I agree with you. I disagree with the idea of this rule because it's just crazy. I mean, like, for example, there's a lot of times pitchers will get into a game and they're healthy, but they lose their mental confidence, and it's hard to get that back.
You get a guy that has a stressful second inning. You can't mandate he's got to stay out there and pitch into the sixth if he gets lit in the second.
Yeah, that's a stupid rule. And I think they've done a really good job of, speeding up the game already. They don't need to turn the clock even further.
So anyhow, they're going to put this up for a vote in the offseason. Red Sox, this is weird. I mean, Boston's got a young pitching staff, and they got a lot of young players that have played really well since the second month of the season, but their pitchers are still thin. Red Sox have just signed Rich Hill, left-handed pitcher. 13 years in the major leagues, been unemployed all this year. He was with the Padres at the end of last season, came in a deadline deal with the Pirates, didn't pitch very well. They've signed Rich Hill. He's 44 years of age. He intentionally sat out until the trade deadline, and he's been working out and been throwing. He's had private showcases for some clubs. Red Sox just signed him. Now, back in the day, he was a responsible, solid left-handed starter. He's 90-73 in his career, but not recently. But the Red Sox just signed 44-year-old Rich Hill. Texas, well, you talk about pitching trauma. Max Scherzer out again. Shoulder fatigue resurfaces again. This is 150,000 miles on that arm, and now he's probably gone for the rest of the season. Jake DeGrom, once a former unbelievable prospect with the Mets, who of course went to Texas as a free agent. DeGrom he's fought a year and a half in rehab to come back. He has now been cleared to throw rehab assignments in the minor leagues, so he thinks he is back. And the last one is the White Sox. The White Sox, I believe, are 30-95 right now.
That's amazing.
You know, at the trade deadline, we had all this conversation about Garrett Crochet, their top pitcher, who was going to be traded, and the deal didn't get done. Well, digging around, this is what I uncovered. The Dodgers got really close to getting Crochet. At the last minute, the White Sox asked the Dodgers to take on the contract of veteran outfielder Andrew Benintendi. Once upon a time, pretty good ball player.
Yeah.
But he's owed 3 years, $45 million. Wow. So they asked the Dodgers, we'll send you Crochet for the front of your starting rotation. We want you to take Benintendi off our payroll. And we want Miguel Vargas. We want River Ryan, who at that point was a hot young pitcher at Oklahoma City. And we want your top minor league catcher, Dalton Rushing. Dodgers said absolutely not. The Dodgers said, we're not taking on $45 million. We're not going to give you all these top young prospects. So that's why the Crochet deal did not work. Dodgers turned around, hung up on Chicago, and they called area code, is it 303, Detroit? And they got Jack Flaherty instead at a much, much lower price. So that's why the Crochet deal never happened with the Dodgers. White Crochet probably didn't go anywhere else either. So White Sox are asking asking for the moon. So those are baseball topics. If you want to talk about the Red Sox and old men, Texas and alien pitchers, and the price tag on Crochet.
Yeah, just a couple of quick hits here. Rich Hill, I think, was really smart how he went about this because he wants to keep playing, and he figured that we're going to get to a situation where there's injuries all over the place, and they're going to be desperate, and that's what worked out for him. Rangers, I just checked. They're now 11 games out of the.
No, they're
AL.
done.
They're done.
They've lost their whole bloody pitching staff.
Well,
and then Seager was hurt for a huge amount of the first third of the season on top of it.
But it seemed like it was just a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that Texas was starting to come alive again and compete. I hadn't checked the standings in the AL West, but yeah, Scherzer out. That sucks. I mean, but they're done for the year. And the last comment on the White Sox, that Benintendi thing was an interesting little zinger in that deal. But if you're dealing with the Dodgers, yeah, ask for the moon. They've got all the money. Why not?
Yeah, but they were not going to take on $45 million in a contract for a fringe outfielder. There's no place for the guy to play.
But you got to ask. It's all part of negotiation.
Okay, you're a baseball fan. Rule change. I am anointing you to join us on Fans Forum. You're going to be the head of the rules committee. Do you like this proposal? 6-inning rule for starting pitchers effective next season. That's a bridge too far. You're stepped way over the line. You're tampering too much with the game. I love the ban on the shift because that really impacted the game. Yeah. I'm not sure about the three batter rule for the guy coming out of the bullpen. I do like the pitch clock. I think everybody's adjusted to that. Okay.